From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Greg Flores is a key grip in the film industry and a social media influencer on Intellifluence. Greg runs a social media brand named GripRigs and also a website at gripsupport.com that has everything related to the grip industry worldwide. Greg has worked on many prominent films and TV shows including Thor, Bring It On, and Silk Stockings to name a few. Greg is interested in reviewing products mainly focused on media production, film, and the video industry. As a professional in the film industry and as an influencer, so how do you structure your average day, or is there such thing as an average day in your line of work?
every day is different, that's why this industry is so good, because everywhere you go to film, it's always something different. So you have to kind of like look at your schedule that they have set for you in the call sheet. They give you a call sheet and it tells you the schedule of what you're going to be shooting, and you understand how to look at that, so you know if it's exterior and interiors and things like that, or you're prepping for that. And then from there, that's how you know what your day is going to be like. But most of our days are always 12-hour days, 10 to 12-hour days or more. So it can be tough in our industry.
How'd you get your start in the film industry?
I was in San Diego, California at the time, and there was a studio called Stu Siegel Productions there. And at the time they were doing a bunch of movies and a bunch of TV shows. One was called Silk Stockings. It was very popular at the time. And I wanted to work on there. I just turned 18 and I went in there for an interview. And luckily I got the job that day. He hired me as an intern, and he asked me if I wanted to do grip or electric. And I asked him what the difference was, and he said a grip is kind of like a handyman on set, and an electrician is kind of like they hump cable and do electricity. So I was like, I'll be the handyman.
Wow, yeah, I believe it. And then in checking out your social media accounts, you have a very engaged following comprised of fans and film industry veterans. And do you have a particular influencer strategy as it pertains to your industry or your niche?
Yeah, my strategy is to help others. So when I opened my page GripRigs on social media, I opened it on Facebook in 2012. And what I did was I opened it so that everybody can share their rigging on sets. So what grips do is they do a lot of rigging and lighting on film sets. And there was nothing at the time where I can find something where I can get a reference when I had to do something. So I built this page called GripRigs. And then from there, everybody else can share their photos or their videos, and I'd go through them. And if I like what I see, I would put them on. And it just started growing so big ever since then. And what I started doing was giving people credit for their work. So I figured out that once you try to help somebody and you give people credit for things, they just want to keep helping it grow. They want to keep building it. So the social media account almost grew itself through everybody trying to show off their work and get credit for what they're doing, because other than that, nobody would know, you know?
Right, exactly. So when you started gripsupport.com, would you say that's kind of when you branched out into being an influencer at that point, or did that come later?
That came later. That actually came last year in January of 2017. I was working on, I had already figured out the whole social media thing, and it was working so good for me. But then I said, if you're trying to find anything from our industry and you try to Google it, it's so hard. Like if you wanted a camera crane or a dolly or anything in any city or state, it's so hard because now the video and photography has taken over also. So if you try to Google something for our industry, for the film industry, it's so hard to find it. So what I did was I found, it took me like 3 years, but I put everything into organized albums on gripsupport.com, so that when you're looking for something related to the grip industry, you could find everything there.
Oh, that's awesome.
And from there, all the grip companies wanted to advertise on the front of that page. So we keep growing.
All right, so going from that, what's the weirdest influencer request you have ever received?
You know what? People, they are constantly trying to get me to sell things and do things on GripRigs, and it's really hard to do that because it'll mess with the brand, and you could almost lose a lot of following if you try to help people do things. But people have tried to have me sell toilets and crazy things like that. So it just doesn't make sense for the brand. I don't understand what they're trying to do, but they'd say, we'll give you a free toilet if you can put our toilet on your, and I'm like, what are you doing? I don't understand this. But it is cool. I really appreciate the fact that people are looking out. They come out to us and they contact us trying to get us to help them, because it shows that we are actually making a difference, and they're looking to us to help them out. So it's really cool, right?
For sure. And do you see the influencer marketing growing in your particular area of the entertainment industry?
Oh yeah, it's growing a lot, and I'm trying to help that right now. So what I do is I'm trying to go to every grip company and every lighting company and try to see how we can help them, because a lot of people, they have a big following on social media, but they don't know how to follow it up. So like, let's say they could have a big following, like 100,000 followers, but every picture they post gets like 10 likes. So something's going wrong there. They're not showing the right content, or they're not doing the right stuff, or they're not, so it can just grow and grow from there. And now with Facebook ads and things like that, it's endless. You can target the exact market that you're trying to get. So all these companies, instead of trying to go word of mouth or try to be on TV and show commercials or things like that, they should be just focusing on social media, because right now, before it gets too expensive, is when they should take advantage of it, right?
Exactly.
So what has been your favorite brand partnership to date?
My favorite brand partnership has been Matthews Studio Equipment and Modern Studio Equipment. They're grip companies in Los Angeles, California, and ever since I started in my industry 20 years ago, I admired their work. They just try to help the industry, and they listen to what we need, and if we need to put a camera on a car or things like that, they'll design the exact thing that you need. And so ever since then, I've now partnered with them. So we're going to start making things together for my brand. So they're going to start creating things for grip rigs, which is really exciting.
That's great. And a lot of the influencers that we've interviewed, they predict video to continue to grow the quickest in the next 5 years in terms of influencer marketing. And so as a film industry professional, I've got to ask you, what advice would you give to novice or aspiring influencers as it pertains to video?
When you're doing video, it depends on what platform you're gonna work on. But if you're doing a video for, let's say, Instagram, you want to stay under a minute, and then you're doing something for YouTube, it's around 3 minutes. And what you got to understand when you're doing video is that everybody is short. They just want to get to the point right away nowadays, because there's so much media out there. There's so much content that they just want to they want to see what your purpose is and see what you're trying to tell them. And if it's good content, that they're going to listen to you. So what I would suggest is get to the point, and don't do long tutorials, or try to cut out all the things that make it too long. Like if you did a live video for 30 minutes, you got to think, does somebody really have 30 minutes to sit there and watch your video? They'd probably rather watch it later, and when they watch it, they'd probably rather watch it cut, like all the best parts of it, instead of watching it for 30 minutes. Because people like me, I'm really busy, so to spend 30 minutes and to try to find the best parts, it's really hard, so.
That's great advice, and we appreciate you taking about 15 minutes with us. It was a great conversation. Do you have any other questions for Greg, or?
No, I'm just thinking about, what movies have you done?
I did Bring It On when I first started. There's that cheerleader movie.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a popular one. I've done so many movies. It's so fun to do. I got connected with a director of photography named Rachel Morrison, and she started off with a movie called Fruitvale Station, and from there, every movie that she did, she got awards. So we recently did the movie Dope, like a year and a half ago, and that got big reviews. But I've done so many. I did Thor. It's really fun to do these features, but you got to also understand that it's a lot of time, and it's stressful on set, because people, you can only have them for a certain amount of time, or you have kids, or the sun's going down, so it's not. A lot of people think that when you're on set, it's all glamorous, or everything's like creative and you get the time to do things. No, you're running around like crazy half the time. You have a big team.
Well, I saw your video of the car stunt that went awry.
Crazy, right?
That was insane.
That's so scary when things like that happen. And the reason I post things like that is so people can understand and they can learn from it, so that it doesn't happen again. You know, there's so many things that can go wrong on sets or anywhere.
Absolutely. Well, you have a very engaged following, so yeah, it's a great resource.
Now, on my site on gripsupport.com, I'm gonna be launching a grip store soon. It's gonna be the biggest online grip store. I'm really excited about it. It's gonna have everything from all the biggest manufacturers in one store. So,
want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. Once you have registered, you will get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and well, you know the drill. Until our next episode, keep being awesome.